Hello, welcome to IFL Liverpool. Right, these Barcelona bids. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at them for what they really are. Now, you might think, shit, our best player? Damn, we can't lose him. Fuck Barcelona, bastards, stay away. But actually, FSG are probably looking at this thinking, yeah, beautiful, bring these bids on. We'll spin them on their heads. We'll look strong. We're never going to sell him anyway. There was no intention of selling him. We have to keep him. Jurgen and us had an agreement. We're going to keep our best players, so that's what we do. Or else we're in breach of that contract with him. But when we have a bad window, which we've just had, because we have only got in Salah and Robertson, which, not really setting the world alight, are we there? We've missed out on two big deals, the Virgil van Dijk, to be continued, and the Keita, definitely over. So keeping Coutinho they could put a spin on it, which would make him almost feel like a signing and make the window feel better. If we get Virgil van Dijk as well, it's actually gone from a pretty poor window to a good window, a window we can look forward to the season with. Am I wrong, Coley?
No. You're exactly how I would say it. There's a need to take all the media that is following this Coutinho deal, and as you say, turning it on its head to turn it into a plus point for Liverpool. You always try and take a bad situation and turn it into a good situation, and that's what FSG will probably try and do with it, which is like, listen, you report away on all these bids, because we know we aren't doing anything with them. And you can report the day after next. Oh, Coutinho is going to be announced in hours. Coutinho is going to be announced tomorrow. Coutinho is going to be announced next week. Because at the end of the day, when Coutinho isn't announced, all of a sudden FSG look like they fended off all these amazing amount of bids from Barcelona and still held on to Coutinho, which makes them look great.
Yeah, it puts us in a stronger position. It's very much akin to the Virgil van Dijk Southampton fiasco, where he obviously believed he was going to be a Liverpool player. He's had to now hand in a transfer request. Now, we all look at that as he's very angry at Southampton, disappointed in everything. But have Southampton put a spin on it themselves? Have they probably quietly asked him to hand in a transfer request? It then makes them look more powerful to their fans, as they have no choice now. They have to get rid of a player who doesn't want to be there. But deep down, they probably were always going to sell him. They're a selling club. That's what they do. That's how they survive. Myself and Coley Mack were speaking earlier, and it's probably the stance that Leipzig took as well, with Keita. These clubs are looking stronger when they're refusing bids to their fans. Turning down 70 million is tough. It's really tough.
Absolutely.
Just selling players looks weak, but turning down that money for shareholders is, you got a lot of explaining to do, especially for players who don't want to be there.
Well, you see, the way I see it, Rieker, is that I think most clubs, major clubs around Europe, see this very moment in time as being close to like a tipping point in football. You've got AC Milan all of a sudden back in, buying players up left, right and centre. You've got the likes of Leipzig who are coming in, and they've got some serious money behind them. And they're doing in Germany what we're doing, which is obviously spinning Liverpool's bids to make them look strong, which they come across as. So listen, FSG are definitely, I think, spinning or using the Barcelona bids to turn this transfer window from being
lackluster.
Mediocre was the word I was going to use, to being a victory in that we've held on to Coutinho when they were always going to do that in the first place anyway.
Look, like I said, if we get Virgil van Dijk and hold on to Coutinho, which actually it looks very likely that's what's going to happen, it looks like a better window than it does right now or yesterday when we all thought Coutinho, God, if he's making noise that he might like to play for them. Losing him, not sorting out that defence. Salah and Robertson just don't fill you with... I mean, they're good, happy with them, but
Yeah.
we're not going to beat the top boys in the Premier League just by saying them, especially with our defensive problems last year.